Alright, so Cassie has filed a lawsuit against Sean Combs, also known as P.Diddy in the state of New York. Alright. A little backstory about him too. So Diddy and Cassie met back in 2005. At the time, Cassie was about 19 years old, and they started being very, very romantic in 2007. So Cassie was about 21. So I'm not too sure about how, when they started smashing, but I believe in 2005, things already started like getting a little cozy and serious, right? So Cassie was about 19, and Diddy around that time was about 40, in his 40s, right? Because right now he's like 50 something, right? Not too sure. So what happened? I do have by the way, I do have the PDF about the lawsuit. So Cassie has filed a lawsuit against P. Diddy. Basically she's saying that P. Diddy used to drug her, make her have so P. Diddy used to hire sex worker to sleep with her while he was watching her getting, effed up by those sex workers. Also, he used to drug her in order for her to do it, to be in the mood. Diddy used to drug her, allegedly. Also, there will be situations that we get beat down, Diddy would beat her up and then lock him in the room until the bruises goes away, things of the nature. So I'll go through the documents real quick. But let me say this, man. All these allegations, whatever, these are something we know that Diddy's capable of doing, right? We heard a lot of stories about celebrities. He's not the first one. He gonna be the last one, right? I think recently, we had a case about R. Kelly, and we also had another one, and I would say like case about Jack Boy, the rapper from Florida, who signed with Kodak Black, who's beating his artist, the female artist. So people go through that. I'm not saying Cassie's lying at all. I don't see her lying, and I'm not saying everything she's saying is true though, because I wasn't there. But like I said, I'm just trying to be honest with you, man. I guarantee you, most of you watching right now, right? You kind of look at it, yeah. I mean, that's something that Diddy might be able to do. He's capable of doing that. Cause why am I saying that? Let me just play this video of a Young Draw, right? Before me playing that video, prior to dating P. Diddy, Cassie was dating Kid Cudi. I think they were talking or dating, something like that. And then when Diddy started talking to her, Diddy got really, really emotional and jealous. Diddy was threatening Kid Cudi in the point where he wanted to blow off his car. That's all over the internet. People are talking about it, right? So you can see the type of behaviors that he's been displaying. So that makes me think of that's something that he might do it, right? But let me play the video of Young Jaw talking about an incident that happened one time. It was in the club with Cassie and Diddy, right? So yeah, listen to this. It's a quick video, 54 seconds, I don't know, 3 minutes. All right.
I always tell this story, nigga. I took my wife to Miami for her birthday, my ex-wife. I rented this big motherfucking, big 80-foot yacht, you know what I'm saying? We on that motherfucker drinking some rock. I hit Puff. I'm like, yo, I'm in Miami. I'm on the yacht. I'm about to come past your house. Nigga said, pull up, nigga. Me and Cassie, we just laying around. We ain't doing nothing. We chilling. I said, I'm gonna pull up. Nigga, I pulled up, docked to that nigga house, got off, went in there, fucked with the nigga, got on the jet skis, went and kicked it for about 2 hours. When it was time to leave, he's like, nigga, what y'all doing tonight? Bring your wife, let's go out. I like, bet. So me and Puff talking, we kicking it. I never forget this. I pulled back up, Puff like, get in a Jeep with me, nigga. He like, nigga, you need to get you some of these Jeeps right here. And nigga, get you a Jeep like this when you come to Miami, nigga, we can mob like this. I'm like, yeah, this the move. So we ride to the club, bumping Biggie. I'm like, nigga, this high. I'm like, I ain't never really get the opportunity to just be with Puff. Like nigga, me and you, he never overshadowed me, but we never got a chance to just be together. It was here and there, moments in time. But like how that moment was, I was like, he's like, shit feel right, nigga. We need to be like Mob. And I'm like, yeah, nigga. So I never forget, we pull up to fucking Live, nigga. When we get to Live, nigga, Young Bird, well, Hitmaker. I think it was like
AKA Hitmaker.
Hitmaker. I think it was like Hit Boy or something. It was another producer. I can't remember. These niggas had these whistles. So they throw Puff a whistle. Puff like, you want? I was like, I don't even know what that whistle shit mean. I'm cool. I don't do whistles. And I never forget Hit Rock was there. Hit Rock was like, boy, it's finna be live. Never forget this shit. We go in the club, we kicking it, shit. I'm like, damn, this what's up. The nigga Puff is on the goddamn, he on the shit, the bar where everybody perform at in front of the DJ and shit. And he going crazy. This bitch lit. You remember Scarface when that white woman was coming down the escalator?
Yeah.
He was in that man's house and he saw that man's wife and was like this. I was watching Puff. The nigga Puff was looking up there. He saw this white woman. It was bottles on bottles on bottles around. It was lit. Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came over and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like, what the fuck kind of request is that? So when I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look up there, this white woman's side of her head was shaved, my nigga. And the bitch looked good with it. So I was looking at Cassie, I was like, well, I was like, you're not about to do that, are you? She said, well, I mean, whatever Sean wants, I'm gonna do. I was like, well, you make sure you send me a picture before you do that shit. So within like 2-3 days, she sent me a picture. I'm like, she done shaved her motherfucking head. I'm like, that shit look good. When that shit hit the internet, boom.
She started a whole trend, man.
A whole trend, and I watched it happen.
She started a whole
So I got so many moments and stories in time like this, bro. I could go on for days.
Ah, man. Yeah, I heard it. Let me go back to Cassie and Diddy. Yeah, I heard it. So these are things that shows that, you know, he's capable of doing something, right? So let me go back to the point. So Diddy and Cassie broke up in 2018. They're no longer together since 2018. That's about 7 years, almost going about 8 years, right? Cassie has a child. She's married to Alex Fine. I think that's them two here. This is Cassie. This is the husband, and this is the beautiful daughter, right? So you might ask yourself, but why now, dog? Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing what I noticed. I do a podcast. I bring a lot of girls to. We talk off cameras. You know, I heard a lot of stories too. So during the time that they were dating, when all these things, accusations was happening, because, you know, he accused of rape. She accused him of rape. She accused him for, like, you know, abuse, a bunch of things, right? During the time when these things was happening, right? You might be like, okay, why did she leave, or why she didn't say it back then, blah blah blah. But you gotta understand, right? When you're in a situation like that, the way you see it and the way outsiders look at it, it's not the same, though. When you're in, you always feel like, okay, I don't want to say to people what is happening because they might think I'm weak. You know? Because at the time, you think that's normal. You also think like, okay, you know what? I'm going to fix it. You have that confidence, okay, this is going to stop one day. I'm going to fix this. Also, you're dealing with a lot of insecurity. Maybe you came from a broken family. You know, you're still dealing with a lot of insecurity. You got daddy issues. You got mommy issues. There's a lot of issues you're dealing with. So you're thinking this man's going to fix it to me. Oh, this man might repent it. But that's not the case. And at that time, at the moment, you don't look at yourself as a victim. Also, you got to understand, Cassie was super young. They got together when she was 19. So at 19, you're very naive. You might think you know yourself. You might think you're grown, but you're not really grown because your brain is not fully developed. So at 19, dating someone who's like 40, who has a ton of experiences, who has money, it's so easy for the person to shape your mind, to make you to who they want you to be, and to control you. So at the time, I don't think she was looking at herself as a victim. She just thought, okay, this is how life goes. I'm going to fix it. Things going to be fine. And another thing also I noticed, during the time they were dating, Cassie wasn't happy to me. The body language when they would go out, when they post pictures, I didn't see her being like happy, genuinely happy. You can see somebody's really enjoying the relationships. Like, you see what's happening to Nelly and Ashanti since they got back together. If you watch their pictures, right? You look at the pictures, you look at everything going on, the videos, you can tell them two are very happy together. Very happy. So with Cassie, to me, that was not the case though. Going back to the point, so yeah, at the time, she probably she felt ashamed to say it because she thought, okay, I'll fix the issue. I don't want to be the weak one. So now I feel like she's at the point where she's like, okay, you know what? Okay, I got out of the system, everything. Now I'm more comfortable talking about it. Like I said, the things that she said about Diddy, those are things that I think Diddy's capable of doing, and a lot of celebrities do that. Diddy's not the only one. I'm telling you right now, as I'm doing this podcast, there's somebody going through it. This has nothing to do with race. White celebrities do it. Black celebrities do it. So, also, I think the reason that they do it, right? These celebrities, to make it to Hollywood, to make it to the top of the top, you have to sacrifice something. And most of those people, not all of them, I have no proof. I'm not trying to say something that I don't know like that. But, based on stories that we heard, most of those people, they have a deal with the devil. They're into, I don't want to call names, but they do have a deal, right? So part of the deal for them to be in power, to be relevant, forget about the hard work. It's a big part of it. It's like maybe 50 to 70%. Hard work, you being, your work ethic, making good business decisions, all that, it's a big part of it, right? But the contract, whatever the deal they have with the devil, is just a sprinkle, in the cake, whatever, on the cake, right? So they do those things because the lifestyle they have, the deal that they have, kind of force them to do it. Some people get hooked with drugs. Some people get hooked with women. Everybody has to sacrifice something, or everybody has their weaknesses. So, and the industry really messed them up mentally. Mentally, most of them are super gone. Right? Mentally, they go through a lot of gone. That's why they always need people around them. They sleep with different women. They're on drugs heavy. They just do the craziest things, though. Craziest things. So, let me go back to the lawsuit document. I am not going to read everything. So, this is the document. Cassandra Ventura, that's on Cassie's name. Sean Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Recordings, Epic Recordings, Combs Enterprises, LLC, and DOE Corporations 110. Defend. So, civil case number 23 CV 10098, State of New York. So, defendant Sean Combs is a rapper and a record executive, popularly known by his stage names Puffy Daddy, Daddy, P. Diddy, okay, Puffy Daddy, P. Diddy, or Diddy. Mr. Com came to fame in the early 1990s with his record label Bad Boy Records. He rose to the prominence in the music and entertainment industry over the decades, and he's regularly referred to as a hip hop mogul. All right, enough of that. Let me go to the losses. Taking some time to log in. Someone block that. All right, so I'm gonna just go through a few of them, right? The truth, whoever is that Cassie, Mr. Cassandra Ventura was held down by Mr. Com and endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands. For Mr. Ventura, the dark times were those she spent trapped by Mr. Com in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking, among other violent and unlawful acts. Mr. Com raped Mr. Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him. Okay, this is one of them. Often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Mr. Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. Blew up a man's car. Actually, blew up Cardi's car. Blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically interested in Mr. Ventura. So that's Kid Cudi. So once Diddy found out that Kid Cudi was romantically interested in Cassie, allegedly, P.Diddy sent people to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Forced Mr. Ventura to engage in sex acts with male sex workers, I spoke about at the beginning, while masturbating and filming the encounters. Wow. I'm telling you, man, they do some wild ass thing. Ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rival industry executive whom he learned was nearby, demanding that Mr. Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Mr. Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse and required her to procure illicit prescription to satisfy his own addictions. Mr. Ventura met Com in 2005 when she was 19 years old and he was 37 years old. Okay, he signed her to his label, Bad Boy Record. Okay, all that. 6. Throughout their relationship, Mr. Com was prone to uncontrollable rage and frequently beat Mr. Ventura savagely. These beatings were witnessed by Mr. Com's staff and employees of Bad Boy Entertainment and Mr. Com's related businesses, but no one dared to speak up against their threatened and ferocious boss. Following this episode of horrible abuse, Mr. Combs would immediately attempt to hide Mr. Ventura and the evidence of his violent rage. He often showered her with gifts following incident of physical violence and typical pattern of behavior by serial abusers. In addition of the physical assault, Mr. Com frequently reminds Mr. Ventura of his ability to cause serious harm, whether by required her to carry his gun in her purse or by okay, I already read that. Yeah. So this is an idea about what's happening on the in the lawsuit. I think I said enough about it. I'll be back for any updates. I'm pretty sure there will be updates. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Other than that, man, I'll catch you next time. Peace out, family. I'm out.